Hey guys, welcome back to No Man's Sky. I am Survival Bob, and we have got some big news. Eurogamer interview with Sean Murray about No Man's Sky, about the Switch 4.0, and the future of the game. Now, there's a lot of information in here. I'm going to leave a link to the full article if you want to read that. But what I want to do here is just kind of go over some of the highlights and some of the speculation that we've had and kind of how it relates to this article. I'm going to go straight to the No Man's Sky 4.0 update, because this is what most of us are here waiting for, wondering about for so long. Now, one of the interesting things to me is this quote right here. Normally, when we bump the version numbers, explains Murray, we added a new platform. 2.0 is Xbox, 3.0 is VR, and 4.0 is Switch. Now, he says that normally. I don't know that any of us really thought that way. We thought of 2.0, 3.0 as big content updates because it was next and beyond. And he's saying it was a platform release, which is why they changed the number. But I think that's kind of a revisionist history there. Yes, they did add Xbox. Yes, they did add VR. But I don't know, maybe it was for them, but the people who play it like me, none of us ever talk about that. None of us ever thought, yeah, 4.0 is because it's Switch. It's because, hey, it's a major content update like next or beyond. So that's really interesting. That's the first thing I wanted to point out. So Sean Murray has hinted at this already on Twitter, just trying to temper expectations that we're not going to get a next or beyond style update, but we are going to get some new features. And we're going to talk about that. It's in here a little bit as well. What he talks about, this update is for people who have been playing for a while, as well as new players, and it's going to give them different ways to do it. For people who said they haven't played in ages, but it's a bit grindy or feels overwhelming, which is why I make guides, but they're going to make it easier for people to jump back in, I think, and go do the things. Now, another thing that is really cool that they talked about is some of the different game modes that they're going to add. Let's take a second here and take a look here. So first thing is 4.0, they're going to have a lot of streamlining of tutorials to unlock certain things and what is available to you from the beginning. So if you've seen me do a lot of starts, then you'll know that some of the tutorial is annoying if you've done it before. You just want to jump into the gameplay. So it looks like there's going to be a way to toggle that on and off, which is going to be really interesting. It sounds like as well that there's going to be a way to kind of enhance your experience. So it says down here they've made survival a more challenging and unique experience, and they're going to have custom games that will enable players to create bespoke sessions that better fit their needs at any given time, featuring options to adjust everything from controls to difficulty to how a lot of the sort of fundamentals work in terms of pacing of the game. So guys, this is something that a lot of us have kind of created on our own through rule sets and things like that with these no starter ship challenges or permadeath no HUD, all these types of things that we have done as a community to try to make it harder and just give ourselves a different challenge. And it sounds like that they have taken notice of that over the last couple of years, what we've been doing, and they're going to give us those opportunities that we've been asking for so that we can give ourselves more of a challenge or less of a challenge, depending on what we want to do and how we want to play the game. So I'm really interested to see what this does for as far as our challenge videos with me and Jason and Zane and Beeblebum. I'm interested to see what this will give us to do as far as challenges and what the creativity of the community will come up with as well once we see all of the toggle buttons that we can do. Now, another thing for those of you who aren't looking for as much of a challenge is it looks like they're going to add a new relaxed mode. So they are adding a whole new mode, a relaxed mode, which is playable either with a fresh start or an existing save. So this is a big thing. People are like, I don't want to start another game. I've got a game that I've been playing on forever, and I just want to jump back in and check out the new pirate stuff that they added. I haven't played in a year, but I've got this old save, and I want to jump in and just check that out. It sounds like that's what this relaxed mode is going to allow us to do. So it allows us to focus more on exploration, less on the surviving and the grinding. So it also allows you to kind of go in and see what kind of content is there. He says this works for first-time players, but also a common request from people who might have longer playthroughs who just want the game where they kick back or just check out some of the new content. So that's interesting too, the relaxed mode. And it's going to make, for me as a content creator, it's going to be interesting how we make videos based on the mode and things like that, because there's going to be different ways to play. Whereas right now, I would say from the polls that I've done, a majority of people, and when I say majority, I mean like 90% of people are playing in normal mode, with another 7% or so playing in permadeath and 2 or 3% in survival. And I think we're going to see that change with the way we are able to do this. Now, we're going to be playing in even more modes when you take into account the fact that we can actually change the difficulty and how we do it. So I think a lot of people will be playing in survival now, if that's going to be the one that you can change the settings in, but we're all going to be playing in different ways. So that's going to be really interesting. We can make it more grindy maybe, or less grindy, depending on what we want to do. I know I did a challenge recently where I played permadeath and I wasn't allowed to buy anything. So I had to mine it or get it some other way, which was really kind of fun for me. And I hopefully will be able to turn things like that on and off. I doubt it'll be that specific with the buying things. That was kind of a over-the-top thing. But we'll see where that starts and maybe where it goes in the future, because I can always update this. Another thing they mentioned is the updating of the inventories. So they streamlined the game's inventory system. I know this is something that people have been asking for a long time, and this allows them to massively increase what is effectively the level cap, meaning bigger inventories and the opportunity to level up ships and weapons further than was possible before. So what does that mean? Maybe it means that we can add more technology slots. Maybe it means that they're going to differentiate ships a little bit more. They added cargo and made haulers a little bit more valuable now, but it still feels like there's work to be done there. So hopefully this will help with that as far as the ships, but also in what we can do for our characters as far as how we can hold technology. Because I don't know about you, but if you've got a fully maxed out character with slots and you've got all of the technology upgrades in there, you've got very little room left in your inventory because of those upgrades. So it'll be really interesting to see what they do with that. I have no idea what they're going to do with the inventory system. God, I hope there's going to be a type function. I know most people don't play with a keyboard if you're on console, but God, being able to type to find something or to sort things, sort the inventory, please let us sort the inventory, guys. So this is exciting. There is a lot of new stuff coming out. I'm going to link this article so you can read this whole thing. There's also information about the Switch release, which is coming up. One thing I will mention for Switch, which I think was cool, is that they did say we will share the same universe, so Switch discoveries will show up in the general discoveries tab for every other platform and vice versa. So you can go discover something on Switch for the very first time, and Switch players will be able to see the same universe that we see on PC or console as well, and see who's discovered what. I think that's amazing, and I'm really happy that they were able to do that. Now, it does say that Switch will not have multiplayer, and it doesn't sound like they have plans to do it, or if they do, they're being very tight-lipped about it. Those are the big things that I saw on the Switch. So guys, look for the update coming out this Friday, October the 7th for Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. We should see it on all the platforms at the same time with a little bit of differences in the Switch version. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to see it. I've got a Nintendo Switch as well that I'm going to be playing this on to try it out. If you are new to No Man's Sky, playing on Switch, PC, console, whatever, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have lots of new tutorials and guides for all the new modes coming out for No Man's Sky, as well as playthroughs where I show you how I would do it and give you some different ideas of the way you may want to enjoy the game for yourself. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Survival Bob saying, remember, if you're going to be a Bob, have fun with it.